From BigHMW.com, World Headquarters at Bishop Park, this is the Atari Report, 5200 edition with Ray Jackson.
Good evening, everybody. On this edition of the Atari Report, we take a look at an 8-bit conversion for the 5200 of a Nintendo Game Boy Classic, Thetris, for the Atari 5200 SuperSystem.
Hey guys, remember the Nintendo Game Boy Classic Tetris? Remember that game that used to come with it? How many hours of fun you have with that thing? Well, now there's a version of the game Tetris for the 5200. It's called Thetris, and it's a conversion of the Atari 8-bit computer version that was available for many, many years, and is available for the 5200. This happens to have a terrific soundtrack, an audio soundtrack that's well worth the 90s throwback techno album, I gotta tell you. But the game, well, if you know how to play Tetris, then you most certainly will love Thetris as well. Look at this, I mean, graphics are great on this thing. I'll tell you, well done at that too. And, you know, whoever put it together should be commended for it, of course, but, you know, I gotta tell you, yeah, but the object of the game, for those who don't know Tetris, is to, the dropping blocks there, you try to form lines across the bottom as much as you can without rising too high to the top to the end where the game ends right then and there. But yeah, you can also rotate the blocks by hitting the fire button as well. Either fire button will work, top or bottom, and they do it for different directions on each. But as you can see here, this is what you have to do. That's all you have to do, is constantly build lines up in order to be able to eliminate various lines here and there. You just continue to connect them, connect the dots. It's almost like connect the dots in a way. And once you get a hang of it, I think you'll love this. But anyhow, I gotta tell you, the soundtrack on this thing is what really thrills people into Thetris. You know, basically, as you can see there, that's how you form a line and be able to, be able to keep continuing to win in the game. Another one right there. But the soundtrack reminds me of some of those early 90s techno compilations that we all grew up listening to. I mean, I gotta tell you, somebody ought to pick the soundtrack out of this thing and, put out with an album or maybe even a mix using that as one of the samples or one of the loops in there. I mean, that along with Ball Blazer for the Atari 5200 also had a great soundtrack as well. As a matter of fact, the Beastie Boys used a variation of Ball Blazer in one of their songs back in the 90s as well. But yeah, I gotta tell you, this is a fun game. I think you guys and gals are gonna love this game. 2 thumbs up on this one. As we continue to watch here, I gotta tell you, it becomes addicting after a while. You want to play it over and over and over again. And hopefully soon, maybe someone will convert the 8-bit version of Dr. Mario, as featured on the Atari XE system, or ZEGS as we call it, the XE gaming system, and be able to present Dr. Mario for the 5200. Who knows? Hey, if Tetris can be converted for the 5200 from an 8-bit version, then I think so can Dr. Mario, and I think it's going to be great. But yeah, for all you kids out there, for all you kids back in the day who had Nintendo Game Boy and loved to play Tetris, this is the game for you. It's one of the very few, block building puzzle games you will find on the 5200. Normally you find those for Nintendo Game Boy and also those other systems like that. But this is a well done game, I gotta tell you. Just sit back and watch.
guys, what do you think? I tell you, Thetris is a great rendition of Tetris, originally built for the Atari 8-bit computers and converted to the 5200. And I gotta tell you, Thetris, if you love Tetris on your Nintendo Game Boy when you were younger, you'll love Thetris. In full color, the graphics, even the soundtrack is awesome. I gotta tell you, somebody ought to sample that thing and put it out as a techno album or something like that, some kind of throwback album from the 90s. I gotta tell you, it's a great game with a great soundtrack and great play overall. Like I said, if you like Tetris, you'll love Thetris. Well, that's game over for this edition of the Atari Report. So for all of us here at BigHMW.com World Headquarters, I'm Ray Jackson wishing you good gaming and good night.